So, in your perspective, you've been in the industry, the design for over 20 years. So, in your perspective, what has changed? How has the design industry evolved? And what do the designers today, the graphic designers today, should know about it?
Well, designers are a lot like doctors in the sense of we constantly have to update our skills and we constantly have to learn new things. Photoshop, Illustrator, all those programs that are out there for designers change constantly. 6 months to a year, it's like, hey, there's a brand new version. It's got more things. You got to learn and they're usually things that help you streamline what you're doing. Right now, there are so many tools in Photoshop. It's hard to keep up with all of them, but it's meant to streamline your process and not take so long to do things that we used to do. So we're always updating our skills. And I will say, things have been steady as far as the design world. I think when Canva came out, it sent a little shockwave for the industry because it became the home do-it-yourself business. The problem is that's great if you're doing a flyer for your kid's soccer team or things like that. But being a true business, you really need to have somebody who knows what they're doing and not just use Canva yourself, because you creating a logo in Canva, you don't own it. Canva owns it. It's in their details. So there's many downsides to Canva. Again, if you're just using it for your kids, you're using it for stuff, but I always say don't use it as a professional business as doing it yourself. You really need to hire a professional that has the experience to understand what's going to print, why it prints a certain way, why it looks a certain way. There are many aspects that a professional will see that you won't find doing it yourself in Canva. So then AI came along. Now, AI was going to revolutionize the business, put us all out of jobs. Well, you look at the way film has worked over the years. When the very first Star Wars movie came out, I mean, those sets were hand painted. You have guys painting a giant floor model. You have guys that were taking characters and, step by step moving them on camera. And it was almost like claymation looking things. And then when Jurassic Park was first released is when they got into the first real animation of digital. And because somebody had shown Steven Spielberg, I believe, he made a T-Rex model run. And he said, that's it. I want the entire film done this way. So Jurassic Park was the first real development of that. So what happened is all the guys who did all the hand painting, did the models, they're all out of jobs. I mean, that killed that industry. The best they could do would become consultants, like how things should move, even in a digital world, how they should move, how they should flow, how they should look. But it almost killed an industry. So you had to change and become a consultant or work in that industry, or you were out of a job. Same thing with AI now. It's like AI is here to stay. AI is only going to grow. It only gets better. It's only going to put you out of a job if you let it. So as designers, as graphic designers, AI is a tool for us. AI doesn't work on its own. You have to tell AI what you need done. Now, a lot of it can be interpreted, but when it comes to design, again, when you go into AI and you ask it to do things, it gives you a flat layer artwork. So even if you have something like, oh, look, it created me a logo. Yeah, but it's flat. It's a one-dimensional thing. What you have to do is build layers in Photoshop, Illustrator, whatever program you use, because that allows you to, hey, I want to have it embroidered on a T-shirt. Well, you can't do it with that file. That file's a flat file. They have no way to create just the logo. So there are things like that. There are, professionals using AI, like myself, I'm learning constantly what AI can do. I'm always improving my skills with AI. ChatGPT, things like that. I don't have it write everything for me. I don't say, hey, write me a book. I go in and say, hey, I need a little bit clearer, definition of this paragraph that a client is trying to use. I'll put it in there, and sometimes it just gives you a better writing of the paragraph you did. So that's how I use AI. That's how my company's using AI. We still do a ton of movies and things like that, so we use AI to create a lot of covers. But we don't just go, oh, there's one image, I'm good. It's kind of like, no, this is a image. I need another piece, and I take the 4 or 5 pieces and put them together to create the artwork. So it's a lot of people just think it's a one and done. It's not. If professionals who do really good jobs use bits and pieces of different materials to make it all happen.
Yeah, that's a wonderful way of retaining your creativity, yet using AI as a tool to enhance or get more ideas, probably.
Yeah. Like I said, it's no different to me than using Photoshop or Illustrator. It's just another tool to do what I do. So nowadays, if people are thinking about becoming designers, I will tell you, like, become familiar with Canva, because you will get clients who say, hey, this isn't working. What did I do wrong? And you have to go in and fix it. So become familiar with it, but I don't say it's a tool I'm going to use to do massive things for my clients. But it is a tool. It's a drag and drop template, which is great for social media. So there's lots of things like that. But when it comes to being a designer and talking about creating a future for yourself as a designer, learn AI, learn the basics, Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, learn those basic programs. There's new programs that come out every single day. And somebody's like, have you heard about this? I'm like, oh my God, I cannot keep up with how many new companies there are, new AIs, new, everybody's creating the newest, greatest thing. But trying to keep up with every single one of those is impossible. It'd be like you saying, hey, have you seen every show on every streaming service that there is? Well, no, because 2 new streaming services popped up today, so I haven't seen what they got yet. So yeah, you look up an actor going, hey, whatever happened to them? Well, he's on 5 other shows on some streaming service that you've never heard of. So, that's what the industry is like now. It's like you have to keep up with it.